Well, here we are, another Sunday right here in paradise. Do we give that much thought about where we live, this place? You know, there's like what, 200 and some fires, or 29 fires, or 50 fires, I don't know. Oregon's on fire, Washington, Utah. We get on fire sometimes too, but it's still paradise. We don't have snowstorms and blizzards. We don't, I think right now, this minute, it's 118 degrees in Vegas. We don't have that to contend with. Oh. But I wonder, how long has it been since you experienced awe? Sometimes my daughter bothers me. Dad, come here, get up. What, I'm sitting here, you've got to see this. And it's a full moon, or a half moon. I'm 78 years old, I've seen a lot of moons. I've seen a lot of sunsets. I've seen babies born. I've seen a lot of things, and I've had some awe moments. But I wasn't reminded of how long it's been since I felt that till the other night. Dad, have you ever seen a sunset like that? Why? And I turned around, and my answer was no. I had one of those awe moments. It was incredible. And it got me to thinking, how many events in the course of a regular day of my life, and yours too, but I can only talk about mine, that I have been noticing awe this week. The relationships I have, the friendships, the weather we have is like spectacular, long term. Everybody has their bumpy days, or nasty days, or sicky days. Everybody, that's life. But we have just an exceptional number of awe days. You walk outside and it's like, how long has it been since, oh my God, I'm alive. I'm alive to feel this morning. I'm alive to smell this air. And that doesn't happen very often over on Stinky Point Road, you know, where the cows are. But there's mornings that just, and evenings. I would like to suggest that each of you start asking yourself, when was the last time you had an awe moment? They're all around us. All we have to do is shut up and pay attention. And so it is.
Well, after that opening statement, I'm going to talk about walls.
Walls, okay.
Walls, yes. You know, those enclosures, borders, things like that. Okay. The Inca Roca in Cusco, Peru, was made in the 1400s by workers pounding irregular shaped stones together with nothing more than hammers and persistence. These stones fit together so precisely without mortar that even today visitors are hard-pressed to find a seam wide enough for a sheet of paper. What's even more amazing is that these walls still stand after 6 centuries in earthquake-prone Andes. This huge ancient wall represents a perfect puzzle, not only because of the jigsaw seams, but because no one knows how it was constructed. Of course, we're all aware of the Great Wall of China, but did you know that there's a glass wall that looms over downtown Beijing that not only illuminates streetscape, but also displays videos and light shows, and it's energy efficient. The wall of light soaks up solar energy by day and lights up the LED displays at night. This system actually generates up to 3 times more energy than it consumes. The excess juice power other parts of the fuel other parts of the building and can be sold back to the electricity grid. This is a modern wall made of renewable energy. The walls just mentioned were man-made. One with stone and hammers, the other with glass and electricity. Both are impressive examples of human ingenuity. Walls are defined with words like protective, a barrier, an obstacle to overcome, an enclosure or border. Oh, speaking of borders, did you know that the walls can have humor? There is a section of wall that runs between the US and Mexico where volleyball is played over the fence for friendly international games. Okay, the last tidbit has nothing to do with this mini message, but I thought it gave a late touch to the border that is surrounded by many and situations. In the past, I have hiked between natural earth-made walls, rocks so huge and close that you can reach out and touch the sides. These walls, these natural-made walls, are called slots. One really feels the power and the beauty of the surrounding walls when you're walking between them in their shadows. But the walls that are the most important to examine are not man-made structures or physical formations on earth. They are the walls that we create within ourselves. Shutting yourself off from another person for whatever reason creates a wall. Limiting your thinking and your activities around routines that are comfortable, that can be a wall. Not listening is definitely a wall. You can't stay open if you're closed off. However, like everything, walls can be positive as well as negative. Boundaries help define and offer a sense of security. The walls of our homes offer a personal sanctuary. What I like best is when I am surrounded in walls of light via meditation. There are so many different kinds of walls and equally as many different ways of looking at them. Walls can hinder you or enrich you. So let me end this mini message with a question. What kind of walls do you invite into your life?
Well, that's a great question, Kelly. Thank you very much. Thank you for your mini message. Well, good morning. We have some announcements. Today is potluck. It's going to be inside this month because our barbecue dude is on a camping trip barbecuing today. There's some other things coming up on, it says here on the 9th, we're going to have a BM. Oh, board meeting. That's on the 9th, is a board meeting. On the 14th, 15th, and 16th of August is the, I don't know how many, the 34th or 36th annual accordion festival. And we again are going to have the student stage here. Friday evening from 4 to 6 will be a free concert. It's actually a fundraiser concert. It's free to come in. They ask everybody if they'll be interested in donating to the scholarship fund. But 3 or 4 of the best accordionists in the world. And one of the accordionists that night is going to be by Lou DiMaggio, Joe DiMaggio's little brother. He's 94 years old and a showman like Bob Hope and Groucho Marx. He's amazing and he's a good friend. And don't bring up baseball. He said, I had to talk about him every day of my life. I don't have to anymore. So don't bring up baseball, but Lou is a trick. He tells vaudeville jokes. He's got a joke after every song, before every song, and he's amazing accordionist, just amazing. So if you come Friday night, you're going to get a show. Saturday morning, starting about 9:30, we have the student stage, which I think this year there's going to be 8 students competing for scholarships. They aren't aware of it, but they're all going to get a scholarship. That's how they designed it. Not many kids want to learn the accordion today. Most everybody's into guitar and piano and things like that. Not many for the accordion. So they're trying to embrace this, and it's these 8, 9, 10-year-old kids can play way better accordion than I can. I started playing in 54, 55. They're way better than me, and they're 9 years old, 10 years old. It's amazing. So please, if you have that Saturday morning open, it's something to see. It really is. And then Saturday and Sunday is the accordion festival. We were thinking about things in an awe moment and stuff, and our walls that we have in our lives, and thank goodness for the supporting ones that support a lot of stuff that make life more comfortable. And sometimes life can get a little distraught. And I heard something the other day that kind of fit me. As we age, life starts changing for us. And the majority of us in this room today qualify for an ARP card and more. And I want to share what I heard this week. There was an elderly couple, and they had their day, and they were coming up to the end of the day, and they were getting ready to go to bed. And the wife says, "Well, I wish I'd have gotten the ice cream at the store this week. I'll get some tomorrow." Husband says, "Why?" She said, "Well, I can't think of anything that would taste better right now than a bowl of vanilla ice cream with chocolate sauce on it." He said, "Well, honey, I'll go get it." She said, "Oh, you'll forget. You better write it down, but would you do that?" "Yeah, I'd be happy to do that." "Well, if you're going to get the ice cream and the chocolate sauce, could you get some whipped cream too for on top?" He said, "Not a problem. Ice cream, chocolate sauce, and whipped cream." She said, "Are you sure you shouldn't write it down? Because you forget things." "So I got it covered." She said, "Well, if you're going anyway, you could go by the produce department, maybe get a few cherries. Would be so good on top of it." He said, "Ice cream, chocolate sauce, whipped cream, and a few cherries." Got it. He turned around and left. Well, he was gone a while, and he came home, and he walks into the bedroom. His wife had already gotten in bed. He said, "Here you are, honey." And he had a tray with a plate with a ham sandwich on it. And she said, "Well, thank you, but you should have written it down. You always forget something. Now you've forgotten the mustard." Ain't that the way life can be sometimes? Wayne, how about that?
Oh,
Will
yeah.
you concur with that? Bonnie, will you concur with that? Kelly says, "Yeah." So, what they say is a great life. What's that?
They call them the wonder years, you know.
You wonder.
You
You
wonder
wonder
why the
about-
hell did I walk in here?
Yeah.
Sorry. Just give another friend.
But you know, we're all going to go through some times that try our patience, that try our faith, that can be challenging, maybe to the point we can't get through it by ourselves. And all of us are going to go through times like that in our lives, and all of us know people who are going through those times right now. So let's speak those names out. Put them in the universe. We can all hear and add our energy to that request, to that destination of people who could use some light and some love, maybe some acceptance, maybe some encouragement.
Gail. Fran, Joyce. Danielle. Troy,
Nancy, Mandy,
Alice. John.
Patty,
let's send our light and our love, especially to those people's names we just heard, but intentionally to every place of darkness and fear and pain. And trust in Spirit to deliver whatever is needed wherever it's accepted. And so it is. I did not forget, I just failed to remember in the proper time. Does anybody else have any announcements? We need some names on the flower sheet. Yes?
Not an well, if anybody has any pictures they took at the pancake breakfast, feel free to forward it to me and I'll include it in the newsletter. I took a few, but if there's any more.
Okay. I know my friend Rosemary took some, but I don't know if she has them processed yet or not. So I'll follow her. So if you get a Rosemary, text or
Great.
emailing you.
Any other announcements? There being none, then let's stand up and sing this song in this very room. What time it is. It's that special Church of the Oaks welcome time. I'll tell her. Always, not to the king.
No, always, always.
So bright.
So did you, my dear. How are you?
Good morning, sir.
Good.
You do a Pac-Man.
Oh, yeah. I do too.
Make sure he eats coffee.
I like that. Hey. Well, you want us to sit down now?
Yeah, everybody should sit down except these two young ladies in the front row.
Oh.
Would you like to come up and share a little bit? You've been running around all summer long doing stuff. What all have you been doing? You went to the Children's Museum in Hawaii. I thought islands moved around. Can you roller skate while the islands walk around in the waves? Or do the islands not do that?
We went roller skating
In Rosenberg Park, not Hawaii, okay. God, there's a difference.
and then today we're having a lemonade stand.
Lemonade
A
stand.
lemonade stand, where?
Wow, where at?
In our park,
At our park.
community park.
At a community park.
Our first
Okay.
opportunity to be entrepreneurs.
Wow, where is that? Do we have directions?
In Petaluma.
In Petaluma?
In Boring Heights, it's gonna be around 5:30 tonight.
About 5:30 tonight? I'd like more information, I think, because 5:30 is when it's right, kind of the warmest part of the day on the warm days. It's stuffy right before the sun starts going down. What a glass of lemonade would be like. How much is it?
$1. And there's
Wow.
also cookies.
Does anybody could help me out as a co-signer? Cookies and lemonade, huh? Well, that's pretty good. How was Hawaii? Did you have fishes over there? Did you eat fish?
I ate goat cheese.
You what?
She ate goat cheese.
Goat cheese. Oh. Did you eat any spam? Hawaii people like spam. They put spam with the eggs and spam with everything.
Right.
Just goat cheese, huh? Are you okay? Did you catch anything? You all right?
Grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese.
That changes everything.
Do I need to get my hair checked? Yeah. I should, I don't know. Hey? Well, what else have you been doing? Swim play day, a lot? Swimming? Wow. You went to Dad's gym. Well, does Dad go to the gym and work out, get big and strong and tough?
And we also watched Lord of the Rings.
Wow.
Wow.
I made a show.
What?
She made a show about a cup.
She made her own stop motion movie.
Oh, wow.
And it was evil.
I wanna see it.
Wow. You've done things I've never done in my life.
And I'm gonna write a story.
You gonna write a story?
Yeah, what? Gnomes and figs.
No.
And I'm gonna turn it into a movie. Almost thought you were about to say no, but
Like the screenplay. Wow. I can't even spell screenplay. You're gonna write a movie. Wow. Well, thank you for sharing. I wish I could have summers like that. Thank you, ladies. Do you know what I was just doing? I was having an awe moment about the prosperity and abundance that we have in this family. It's just, you can't help but just be full of energy. I got up easier than I ever thought I could. It was still a struggle, but thanks to the extra energy boost, it was easier. And that's what sharing of energy is all about. Each one of us has energy to share. That's our abundance. Let's read together our affirmation of abundance, may we? Gratitude is the key to the realization and manifestation of abundance. May we ponder that wisdom, sir. Thank you, Wayne. As we prepare ourselves for our meditation this morning, let's sing together Only Believe, number 152 in the wings.
Good morning. Today I did not bring my tinctures, so we're going to have a quiet meditation. I want you to sit with your feet flat on the floor, hands on your thighs, in front of you. Close your eyes. Focus on the point between your eyebrows. Do you see that light? There's a light there. Follow that light down your spine. Into your thighs. Through your legs and feet, and deep, deep into the earth. Feel the energy, the heat at the center of the earth. The earth you belong to, you live on. The earth that is your mother. Feel that energy. And now, turn the energy back, up your feet, up your thighs, up your spine, into the spot behind your eyes and on into the heavens again. It circles. It's like a circle. Never ends. It's continual. And as long as you are a member of this earth family, it is with you. You can renew that energy anytime you choose by sitting quietly and focusing on that circle of light that flows through you. And now, come back. Follow the circle back to that point behind your eyes, between your eyebrows. And know that you are one of God's creatures. You are one with God. Namaste.
Thank you, Betty. This week was a week of remembering things, being reminded of things, of awe moments, a lot of different things, reminding me to think more and be more aware of what's going on with me and with everybody else. I came across something that I read. I don't know who wrote it. I tried to figure out who wrote it all. And it was, this person wrote it in this book referring to something that he'd read that somebody else wrote before, that somebody else wrote before that. I don't care who wrote it. Doesn't make any difference. It's on the bottom of your order of service. And I'd like you to read along quietly, or follow along as I read this. The same God who transcends all time and space is the same God manifest in all the forces and fields of physics. The same God from whom all existence emerges is the same God who conceals that truth from every conscious being, providing space for each one to be that which it is. The same God from all life extends is the same God who restrains that energy with kindness, so that finite creatures can exist, to the tiniest worm hiding in the bowels of the earth. And when you know all this, and when you contemplate it well, that the very substance of each thing is nothing more than an articulation of divine energy. That even time and space extend from the divine, as do the very limitations and sense of existence of each creation. that darkness is the divine as much as light. Hiddenness is as revelation. Matter is as energy. Somethingness is as nothingness. The divine is both beyond and within each place, each moment and thing. Then you will know that there is really nothing else. Divine energy is all that there is, and everything is divine energy. I thought about this for hours. And the summation of all that thought is, I believe, this is my personal belief, you all have your own beliefs, that pretty well sums it all up. To say anything else is kind of commentary. We are each creations, and each one of us has our own ideas, opinions, habits, beliefs. We have our own actions, our own lifestyle. That doesn't change a thing about the all of everything. It's still divine. We can choose, being creatures of choice, we can choose to accept that, not accept it, believe it, not believe it. Doesn't make any difference. And as I think about, I'm not sure I can contemplate everything. I don't think any of us truly can. We can try to. We can kind of hold it in a space of realization, of awareness, but I don't think we can describe it. But that allows each one of us to have this thing we call a human life experience. And that experience is based pretty much entirely on our choices. There's some things that are in it too. The temperature outside, that's not our choice. And how much snow we get or how much rain we get, that's not our choice. But that doesn't really rule and control our lives as much as our choices. What we choose to believe, what we choose to think, how we choose to interact with other people, how we choose to interact with nature. All these choices. And that's what makes up the sentence that says each one of us can say, I'm having a grand life. I'm having a crummy life. I'm having a life totally in disappointment. I'm having a life that has a lot of awe in it. It's all our choice. It's all our perception. And most of our experience, we have these five senses, touch, taste, feel, see, hear. It's just are based on how those affect us. And most of what we would consider good, bad, whatever, we can judge it however we want, but as we describe it, is based on how much in harmony are we with the other factors involved in our experiences. Your relationships, how much in sync, in harmony, and caring, and consideration is expressed in your relationships with other people. If there's a lot, you're pretty happy with your relationship. If there's not, whoa, that's maybe not such a good thing going on. Doesn't mean you should throw away. Maybe you should examine it. In all relationships, it always takes two to do the dance. How much relationship do you have with nature? It's hard to have a chaotic relationship with a tree unless you bump into it when you didn't see it. It's hard not to have at least appreciation, if not awe, when you look at a tree and consider all that it is. The leaves, the cycle. I never heard a tree complain about the temperature. I never heard a tree complain about those people that come by. They just simply are. Maybe we should consider more about the harmony that we actually experience with nature. Because most of it, when we really think about how we consider nature with a certain respect, if not reverence. We see a creek, a babbling brook, we see a beautiful river, we see mountains. We go out to the ocean and we can't think that big. It's huge, beyond our perception. And we don't think with malice. We don't think with jealousy. We don't think with lack. We think with awe and appreciation and reverence. When we see a butterfly, what do we think? Are we angry? Are we insulted? Are we jealous? No. We're in awe. Wow. What would happen if we did all of our relationships with the same awe and appreciation and respect that we share with a butterfly or a tree or a rose or even a dandelion? The divine is everything, including every one of our perceptions, our judgments, our likes, our dislikes. That's part of everything. And we can think about and actually consider the possibility of having more harmonic relationships in every facet of our lives. Doesn't really make a whole lot of difference when you think about all that is, but it can make an amazing difference with the people within this room, the people within your family, the people in our community. This week we had a meetup that Common Ground had for siblings of kids with disabilities and handicaps. These young people, they have challenges, responsibilities, pressure on them to always be the loving brother and sister. Well, I know for a fact if you're a brother or a sister, you kind of got to do a little fighting once in a while. It's just part of developing social skills. What happens if that sibling has Downs or has some other disability or handicap? You can't yell at somebody like that without feeling like a jerk. But these meetups teach these kids how to deal with these purely human feelings and emotions and challenges that every one of us has had. All that there is in everything is divine. In our anger is divine. In our love is divine. Is it in harmony? Does it give us pleasure or peace? I think peace is one of the most important qualities, feelings that we could ever have in life. And we aren't going to achieve that peace. I was saying last week, we can't have peace until we accept everything as it is. And everything is divine. We're the ones that choose to judge it, label it, stay away from it, consume too much, ignore it, act out, or back into a corner, or build ourselves some walls around us to protect us. There is no such thing, I don't believe, as right or wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know. Who cares? I don't even care. I know that when I'm wrong, what we call wrong, our community, our social skills call wrong, that usually I wind up making other people not feel very good. I hurt feelings. I create and inspire anger and frustration. And I don't think I'm any different than any other human being, than any other creature. But when I try to stay aware of my actions, my thoughts, my words, and my actions, and try to align that with the harmony that exists in the dimensions other than my activities. It's all my shot. It's my call. We have that gift. And us human beings, we do what humans do. We talk about birds do what birds do. Trees do what trees do. People do what people do. And I think it's kind of a negative to reaction, a negative use of some of these gifts that we possess. Gifts like we can say whatever we want, we can do whatever we want, we can think whatever we want. Somehow those can cause pain and suffering. Not only to other people, mostly to ourselves. And that changes our whole attitude and mood. When you're angry with yourself, you usually aren't very civil to other people. When you're disappointed in yourself, you're usually not very nice to other people. So all I'm saying today is take a look. Investigate your beliefs, your habits, your relationships. Could it be this guy that wrote this 300-400 years ago? I don't know when it was written. Was absolutely, he got it. It's correct. That all of everything is the divine, is God, is the Spirit. Everything is part of the unseen. We are part of the seen of the unseen. Does that make any sense at all? I don't know, that's up to you. Just stop and ask yourself a few questions, please. Where there's anger, fear, or upset or frustration, what's the true cause of it? Is it guilt? Is it disappointment? Forgiveness. Oh, start at your house. Start that process at your house and then work your way out. Start it in your own heart and work your way out. It will give you peace. There won't be that underlying feeling of guilt, of disappointment, of self-hatred, self-disgust. We humans, we all have that. We all have ego. We all have love. We all have fear. We all have courage. It's our choice of what brings us peace and tranquility and harmony with the rest of all that is. I could go on talking, but I don't. This is something you got to figure out. I'm not a teacher. I look for things that might helpful for us, each one of us on our own individual, to improve our lives. I don't know any answers. But I hear and see things that seem to work, that seem to have some valid logic to it. So go out. I invite you, when you walk out the door, look at these little trees we planted back in about 2003 or 4. They're 20 years old. They were little 15-gallon pots. Actually, 5-gallon pots when we got them. They're gorgeous. They're growing. I've never heard one of them try to insult me or judge me or ignore me. They accept that we're all part of the one thing. If we can visualize what that one thing is, everything. Go out and have communion with yourself at the rose, at the tree, with each other. We're having potluck, we're having communion with each other. Oh. That is all. And in that, somewhere wisdom is amazing, is beauty, is pain. But there is peace and awe and tranquility. It's everything. That's all I'm going to say. Let's talk about this thing that makes me feel awe. Wayne and I were talking about when this song first came to be part of our service. I thought the lyrics were great, but the tune was choppy, and Wayne didn't think he could do it. He said, And both of us now, it's our favorite song. We are this family. However we might perceive it to be, but we are this family of everything. And that includes love.
Together, that's something we
Afternoon.